said the $100 question. So what do you think I found in your vehicle? A body.
Really?
Yep. I've gathered evidence. There's forensics evidence, there's biological evidence, there's DNA evidence, that's the reason you're sitting in this room today.
This is Brenda Kross and John Eisenman, a couple being questioned for the murder of 19-year-old Andrew Sorensen, who was their daughter Stephanie's boyfriend. Brenda might look hesitant, but the detectives would soon get a gruesome story from John.
He's zip tied in hands, he won't with being a dumbass. You zip tie his feet, he won't shut up. So you put a sock in his mouth and then tape, and then he's still being a...
What could have driven John to turn into such a sadistic monster and murder a teenager? What follows is a complicated interrogation that is about to reveal every disturbing detail, making the crime a nightmare to relive.
I got called out the night.
Are you trying to trick me?
No, I'm not. I will never trick you. I will promise you that. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened.
The story begins on November 1st, 2020, when Andrew Sorensen was reported missing by his mother in Spokane, Washington. Nearly a year later, on October 22nd, 2021, police found his body in the trunk of an abandoned car after locals complained about a foul odor. Inside the car, authorities uncovered crucial evidence, including the identity of the car's owner, Brenda Kross, the fiancée of John Eisenman. The connection quickly became clear as Andrew was dating John's daughter. Without hesitation, officers brought both Brenda and John in for questioning. What they uncovered next connected the dots in a way that no one saw coming, and it all pointed to a brutal, calculated act of revenge.
When they arrested you, did they tell you what the charge was?
Am I arrested?
Yeah.
They didn't tell me.
Yeah, they did arrest you, so you are under arrest.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Yeah, so you are under arrest. So.
And what am I arrested for?
Murder.
Really?
Yeah. You are arrested for murder. Yeah. And obviously, my job as a detective is I investigate. I've been doing this for 36 years. So, in fact, I'm hoping to do like one more, and you're going to see me retire.
Good for you.
But I've been doing this for 36 years, and I've learned over the course of that years that there's always two sides to a story. I mean, I understand that. Nothing that happens in a person's life is black and white. I mean, there's gray areas, there's things that happen in our lives that affect how we act, what we do, and nothing's black and white. And I get that sometimes people that are good people, and I'm one of those people, can make a bad decision based on emotion or events or several other things. So what I like to do is I always like to collect both sides of the story, because I know there's two sides of a story. So I've kind of collected this side of the story. That
So who's murdered?
Huh?
Who's murdered?
Well, how about this? Because I could tell you the name, and I will tell you it here, because I'm going to be, what I will tell you, John, is as we talk, I'm going to be honest with you. Not going to bullshit you, not going to lie to you, not going to trick you. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay? Because that's who I am. I don't lie to people. I don't trick them. Like I told you earlier, there's always two sides of a story. So my job is to gather the facts, the information, and everything else, and then try to make an intelligent decision about what it is. Okay?
John, at the moment, seems least bothered about what the detective is saying. And on the other hand, his fiancée, Brenda, lays the defensive act thick right from the get-go.
So typically, before we bring somebody in the interview room, we know a lot of answers to the questions that we ask. So we're looking, when we ask people questions, to see, okay, are they telling the truth about the information that they're giving us? Because I already know the answers to a lot of questions. Okay? Because I got called out the night.
Are you trying to trick me?
No, I'm not. I will never trick you. I will promise you that. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. Okay?
Oh, really?
Yep. I'm not here to trick you. Okay?
To a seasoned detective, it's clear from the start that John and Brenda are hiding something. Their guilt is clearly visible through Brenda's desperate defensiveness and John's chilling indifference. And all that's there is for their half-baked lies to be unraveled. Rather than wasting time, the detective begins directly with Andrew, focusing the pressure where it matters most. This approach, known as strategic use of evidence, lets the detective ask questions he already knows the answers to, watching closely for even the smallest slip. So the real question is, will John or Brenda walk right into the trap?
And you said this was her boyfriend?
Mm-hmm.
And what was his name?
Andrew.
Okay.
Trying to think what his last name is. He had two last names.
Well,
But Andy.
so how did these two first meet?
A friend of hers knew him. Ben.
Okay.
Benjamin.
Okay.
Not Ben that I was with, a little kid, 18-year-old, 19-year-old kid.
Okay.
And she met him that way.
Okay. So when did she meet him? Do you remember?
Early summer.
Early summer of just this last year?
2019.
Okay.
I believe. Or
So,
maybe late summer of 2019.
okay. So they meet through this kid, Benjamin.
Mm-hmm. And they knew other people.
Okay. And then are they friends? Do they turn into dating? What kind of relationship do they end up in?
Kind of like they were buds kicking around, you know.
Okay.
I think the boys at some point or whatever.
Right.
They were robbing me blind, you know, and I kept looking at them and I was going, I said, you know, if it wasn't for my daughter, I'd be beating your ass right now.
Right. So were they both stealing from you, or your
She was
daughter?
allowing it.
She was allowing it?
Taking him into my house.
Okay. So now did he stay at your house for a while? Or he was
No,
she was
no.
allowing him to come over?
Mm-hmm. And take stuff.
What kind of shit were they taking from you?
Oh, all kinds of stuff. If you go look at the house, it's full of everything. It's crazy.
Right.
There's Wii systems, Xbox 360, there's games, there's, you know, every one of my kids, even actually, you know, I always got them a TV, I always got them a game system, always,
Right.
I mean, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Spoil them, I guess, I don't know. But,
John wastes no time painting a harsh picture of Andrew, and none of it suggests anything good. His bitterness is obvious, giving the detectives all the confirmation they need that their instincts are right. As for Brenda, she's next in line, and it's only a matter of time before she's pulled into the spotlight. The tension builds, and it is only a matter of time till one of them breaks.
I got called out the early morning hours of the 22nd of October, reference your car being found over in Hilliard.
Okay.
Okay? So your car was parked on the side of the street, and it had been abandoned there.
Okay.
Okay?
And where did you say that was?
Over in Hilliard.
You said by some park.
Yeah, there's a park over there in the area of Everett in Nevada. Not Nevada, I'm sorry, Everett in Napa. There's a park over there, Rochester Heights Park. It's a small little park over there. So anyway, your car was over there, okay? So, you know, somebody called it in abandoned, okay? So obviously the plates on the car, they come back to you, okay? So officers get there and they end up looking inside the vehicle, okay? So what do you think we found in the vehicle?
I have no idea.
Okay. See this? Remember what you read? What do you think we found in the vehicle?
Was there weapons or something?
No. Homicide, right?
Okay.
What do you think we found in the vehicle?
I don't know.
Well, if I'm a homicide investigator, what do homicide investigators do?
The only thing I could think of was there a weapon or something that you used? You said you found something in the vehicle.
I don't investigate weapons. What do homicide investigators do? What do we investigate?
Murders.
Murders. You just said the $100 question. So what do you think I found in your vehicle? A body.
Really?
Yep. And you know what? I know from my investigation that you know that. Okay, so let me tell you, Brenda, this ain't my first rodeo. I've been doing this 36 years, and I know that you exactly know everything about this thing, okay? Now, what I want you to do, Brenda, is don't dig yourself into a hole, okay? Because you don't want to go down that road. Because you don't want to get yourself caught up in something that at this point, right now, in this avenue, you have a chance to maybe kind of get off on a side road and help yourself.
Am I being accused of murdering?
No, at this point, I'm not accusing you of murder.
Because I didn't know there was a body in that car.
Okay, but let me tell you this. Who do you think that body was in that car, if you had to guess?
Considering that somebody's missing, possibly Andrew.
Okay.
It feels almost like a child being taught something as simple and clear as the alphabet. But even then, Brenda fumbles. She's clearly acting dumb and hiding something, but doing a poor job of it. Meanwhile, John gears up to present his own theory, once more attempting to paint Andrew as the villain. But very soon, he's about to be hit with the full weight of the situation head on.
Did this guy say, F you? Did you contact him? Did you try to talk to him? Did something happen? Was he a smug little, was he like a smug little punk?
No, I'm thinking he stole that goddamn car.
You're thinking he stole what car?
That Honda.
The Honda? Okay.
Must have.
Okay.
I thought, for a long time we thought Ashel had it, and then, like I said, then Brenda said, fuck, Stephanie. Stephanie can't drive. Right. We'd be called by the paramedics coming to get her because she's getting a wreck so fast. Right. Night times, right. Whoa. Right. No, I've driven with her, tried to, and said, pull over. No.
Well, John, you know as well as I do, this is not about him stealing that car. Okay, you know that, I know that.
Well,
you know as well as I do. You know as well as I do that his body was in the trunk of that car. You know that. You know that. And you know, like I said, I've gathered evidence. There's forensics evidence. There's biological evidence. There's DNA evidence. That's the reason you're sitting in this room today.
John has no clear answer, and the detectives are eager for a confession. Reading the moment, the detective shifts gears, drawing on years of experience to soften the tone. He speaks not as an accuser, but as a friend offering support. And just like that, the real reason behind the horrific crime begins to surface, and it's more shocking than anyone would expect.
Man to man, you killed him. It is what it is. I get it. He's a piece of shit. He trafficked your daughter. He sold her for $1,000, and he's a piece of shit. I get it. Okay? And I get you were angry. I understand that. I understand as a parent, as a father, I get it. I understand it. Tell me what led up to it. What happened? What did he do? Just be honest with me so I can go to a judge and go, look, this guy's a good guy. He worked for the county for 18 years. He's an upstanding guy. This guy trafficked his daughter. Okay? You can only push a man so far before we draw that line in the sand and say, this isn't right. This isn't right what he did. My daughter will pay for this for the rest of her life. It is not right.
Murder's not right either.
Well, sometimes it is what it is. Okay?
Well, the
sometimes
judge and jury ain't going to say that.
But a judge and a jury will hear your story. They'll hear your story. But it's important for you to tell your story because a jury needs to hear your story. When a jury is looking at this video, are they looking at you and going, you know what? This guy's a prick who is just an asshole and he shouldn't have done it? Or is it a jury who listens to your side of the story on this video and goes, you know what? I got a daughter. I get it. I understand why this guy did what he did. I understand it. Okay? I understand it. They need to hear that from you. They need to hear your side of the story. It's important for you, for what happens after this. This is your chance. This is your chance to tell that jury right there what happened and why this piece of shit got what he deserved. That's all I'm telling you, man to man. Tell your story. Tell me what happened.
Well, I'd like to kill him.
Okay.
I really, but no, he stole the car, evidently, because he's in it.
Well, you killed him. I know that. So once again, John.
How do you know I killed him?
Because I have evidence. I have statements. There's more people. There's more people than you that know about this. I don't have you arrested here for no reason. Okay. Once again, I'm just trying to get you to tell the people that you'll eventually talk to in front of a jury. what happened, okay? Well, just tell me what happened. I know about the property up north. I know that you never intended for that car to end up in the city of Spokane. That was got to be like a,
Well,
let's be honest. You had to have an moment when the police showed up on your doorstep Friday. You had to go.
I'm sure your buddy could see I was having an awesome moment.
I could tell you were. So you know right there when the major crimes detectives walked up, you went, they found Andrew's body. You knew it.
At this point, John is clearly cornered. But what really tightens the noose around his neck is how much the detective already knows. That's because John and Brenda weren't exactly criminal masterminds. In fact, they had bragged about what they did to their neighbors, who didn't hesitate to speak up the moment the police came knocking. Still, John keeps trying to squirm his way out, even though every effort of his is futile. Meanwhile, Brenda, who's clearly more defensive, isn't backing down either. She takes it a step further than John, and that's when things take a truly interesting turn.
But Brenda, it's time to be honest with me.
You're accusing John of murdering him?
Yes.
And what knowledge do you have of that?
Okay, I'm not going to give you all what I have, okay?
You want me to give you information, but you won't tell me anything?
Well, because you have to understand, the problem is, this is the problem. If I sit here and tell you what I know, right, then, like I told you before, the reason I ask questions is to just verify that what you tell me is either you're telling me the truth or you're not. If I sit here and tell you all the information I have about what I know and why I know it, then if I ask you a question, you already know everything I told you. I can't determine whether you're telling me the truth or not, okay? So I'm not going to sit here. I can't sit here and tell you what I know because I just can't. But I'm trying to help you here. I really am, because I'm just trying to figure out, I get it. I get how angry John had to be. I understand as a father. I understand that this father did things to your daughter that no human being is supposed to do to daddy's girl. And I understand why your husband was angry. And I understand why he did what he did. Okay? But you need to be honest with me about what you know about this, okay? I know the car belongs to you. I know where the car was parked, where it sat. I know the names. I know the property where it was at. I know all these things, okay? I've been to the property where it was at. I've been pretty much working 24/7 on this case since the time I rolled up on Friday night last night and found a body in the back
property where it was
of your
at?
car. Huh?
What property?
It's up above Riverside. I know exactly where it's at. Okay?
I didn't know where it was at.
Okay, well, I know where it's at, and I know where the car was parked. In fact, there were deputies up on that property back in March, and the car was sitting there. Okay? So I know, believe me, I've done my homework, Brenda, and like I said, I'm not trying to be not at all. I told you from the time I started that I was going to be completely honest with you, and I have been nothing but honest with you. There was a body in the back of your car. The body belongs to Andrew. I know from my investigation that John killed Andrew, and we need to deal with that.
How do you know that?
Believe
I don't
me.
believe that.
I have evidence from the car. Okay, I processed the car. People leave trace evidence behind. People leave other evidence behind. There's biological evidence. There's fingerprints. There's a whole array of evidence to get left when a crime occurs. So I have evidence, and I have other things. Am I going to sit here and tell you everything? Of course not, because I'm not going to do that. All I'm asking you, Brenda, is I get it. You're between a rock and a hard place. I completely understand that, because John is your boyfriend, okay?
My fiance.
Or fiance. I apologize. And I get it, you're between a rock and a hard place. But you also have to understand at this point, you don't want to get caught up into this to where we charge you, okay? If you have knowledge, which you do, then all you need to do is be honest with me. That's it.
Just like any typical suspect, Brenda is convinced the detective is bluffing. She stands firmly by John, refusing to let the truth slip. But what she doesn't see coming is the shift that her fiancé John is about to break the silence. And what he's about to reveal is the chilling truth behind it all.
I mean, we're being honest, right? We're being real men. We walked up and you went,
She really don't know much about it.
Brenda doesn't?
No.
Okay. Well, that's one thing I told Brenda too. It's like, Brenda, obviously, I don't want to get her in trouble.
Right.
The only way she would get in trouble is if she knows things that you told her or she witnessed things you did.
Right.
And you're telling me that's not the case. Okay. So you're telling me that, was she involved in the murder? No. Okay. Was she present?
It wasn't even.
Was she present when the
murder?
Okay, so what happened?
Okay.
What happened? Tell me.
Well, he was going to rob a friend of mine.
Okay.
After all this,
Okay.
And I said, who are you dealing with? And he told me, I said, he's bad news, dude. I said, call him up and get him to come over,
Okay.
And so I come walking out around the corner, and he's like, and I said, oh yeah, and we sat there and we talked, and he lied a couple times, and I said, no, you don't get to lie. And then finally he admitted, I sold her for $1,000.
Right.
My daughter didn't tell me she got sold for $1,000. He told me he sold her for $1,000.
Right.
And I said, you're being honest with me? Just like,
right.
And I said, so I'm thinking we can work through this.
Right.
But I'm mad at her. And I go, why? Why would you? My daughter's got a good heart. She wanted to help you out. And then spit on me. Okay?
Yep.
And that's when he got zip tied.
Okay.
And the sock stuffed in his mouth.
Okay.
And I still wasn't good. And some of I could get down here, and he said no. And I went to grab him, and he come flying down and doing a headbutt. And I lost my cool.
Right.
And I started beating on, and my hands hurt so bad, and I'm doing hammer fist, and then I took a knife out, stabbed him. I don't know how many times, it's quite big, because he kept breathing and moving. Then finally, you hear that noise.
Right.
It's like, oh God. It's horrible.
Right.
John had been waiting for Andrew, and just right now, we came to know that he had a knife and a zip tie with him. It clearly doesn't seem like John was there to talk, but that's just the beginning. He's about to reveal even more, making it painfully clear this wasn't a sudden outburst. It was planned from the very start.
Came back with me driving it.
Okay.
He was in the trunk then.
Oh, he was in the trunk of the Honda?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I took off with it.
Okay.
And then he just, where are you? Get your ass. And I didn't want to tell her.
No, understandably.
So, but no, I did it.
All right.
Mm-hmm. I'm not proud of it,
Right. Well, he pushed you.
And he's an idiot because he was going to live.
Right.
I would have probably beat his ass. I would have untied him.
Right.
And let him swing.
Right.
And tried to, stupid kid.
Right.
Just everything. I'm trying to be cool with him, and then he ends up just being a jackass.
Right.
Like, are you kidding me?
Right. So did this happen then at your house?
Mm-hmm.
No, up at the property?
Mm-hmm.
Where did it happen at?
Airway Heights.
Airway Heights, okay. Down Airway Heights?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And when did it happen? Do you remember the date or close?
No, I think it was November.
Of last year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's been about a year.
Okay. So you put him in the trunk of the, so it happened down at Airway Heights,
Mm-hmm.
and then you put him in the trunk of the car out there,
Mm-hmm.
and then where did you drive the car to?
My house.
To your house?
Like I said, he'd be and he'd be more than happy to
Okay.
show you all his little trinkets but anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you drive home, she's pissed off because where the fuck fuck you been?
Right. But everything's cool and everything. Right. It's like whatever. And then I got rid of the car.
Okay. Where'd you take the car to?
Or by Miller's one stop up north.
Okay. Is that Mr. Pierce's property?
I don't know who's it is.
Mark Pierce. Oh, okay. What's
Some old guy, but,
yeah,
but
it's probably the same guy. What's on the, let's put it this way.
there was a bus.
Yeah, we were at the property the other day. So, how come you chose up there? Did you?
I knew there was another car that was parked that was broke down. And
Okay.
I knew somebody, and they told me about that, and I said, well, then that car looked just fine sitting there.
Oh, so it didn't look out of place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you parked it there like clear back in November?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm wondering, we were kind of theorizing. I'm wondering if somebody was out there and just needed a f***ing ride and decided,
Hey,
this.
put a battery in it.
Well, oh, was there no battery in it?
Oh.
Oh, did you take the battery out? Oh, when you dumped it?
John had planned everything and is finally sharing, but Brenda has no idea that he has confessed. However, even though she has no way to protect John anymore, she herself had some sinister secrets that she was hiding. Even though John ends up behind bars, she knows it's all about survival. So she does what she can and leans into emotion, playing the part of someone broken, having misguided hope that it will garner her sympathy and will be enough to protect herself.
Well, you may not know it was in the car, but you know that John killed him, and I know you know that. So I'm just
Why
saying.
don't you say that I know that?
Because I've talked to a whole bunch of people. This wasn't a secret that was well kept amongst some people. So all I'm saying is, just be honest with me. I mean, look at this. Do you not think that Andrew's a piece of shit, I get it. But in the eyes of God and the eyes of everything else, we have to make this right for whatever happened. And there's mitigating circumstances. And I'm going to talk to John, okay? And I will ask John. I mean, I get it. I get the anger. I get what he did to his daughter. I can understand that stuff, okay? I can understand that as a father.
I don't think you do.
As a father.
I don't think you do unless you've had that walking his steps or my steps. Would you understand that?
Well,
to have your daughter tell you exactly what she told us,
right.
And there's nobody was doing nothing for her,
No,
for anybody.
Well, and I guess you're right. I guess the only thing I can tell you.
And why haven't there been any follow-up?
Well, it sounds like what you told me was, it's because Stephanie, I don't know. I understand.
We made the initial complaint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, and then never got contacted?
No.
Okay, that's bullshit. I agree.
Yeah, you think so?
No, I'm totally with you. I didn't know about it.
Then how come I've never seen you mark down Jones? Ever.
Okay.
Mark down Jones. Who's Jones?
Well,
you tell me.
Well, that's something I will look into.
Please do, and I want to know.
Okay, and I will. That's my plan. Yeah.
Because I might have a lawsuit going on, okay?
Okay.
Because there has been nobody helping my daughter, and then she ended up down in California and got again.
Right.
Brenda seems almost too proud of what she did, and both she and John are sticking to the same story. Brenda claims that Andrew pushed her into the nightlife, but there's no direct proof to back that up. What's more, Andrew was diagnosed with autism, making the situation even more tragic. According to neighbors, Brenda was present during the murder, and to make matters even worse, in what can only be considered a twisted and sick sense of macabre, she played the song Crying, Crying, Crying as Andrew begged and cried for help while being tortured. All these factors greatly weaken their statements, and just when it seems like John is done, gears up to reveal even more disturbing details about the whole story.
Okay. Were his feet zip tied at that point too?
No, not at that.
Not at that point. Okay. So after you leave with him in the car.
No.
No. Oh no.
Well, I got him right there because when he comes flying headbutting at me, right, it's on and cracking.
Gotcha.
And then I'm trying to stuff him in the trunk, and then he throws his feet out at me, and then that's when I grabbed his feet and zip tied him. And I said, no.
Gotcha.
No. I said, you're being stupid, and then he comes lunging out, and it's like, that guy is a idiot.
Right.
But if he would have listened to me,
right,
and went and talked to Mar or any of those other guys, right?
Right.
They would tell me, yeah, leave them alone.
Yeah.
Don't do nothing stupid.
Don't push
I
it.
mean, why do you want to go there?
Right.
I mean, I get along with just about everybody.
Right.
But you want to come doing stupid shit, I'm not running.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it.
Mm-hmm. Any one of the...
So it sounded like there was more than one knife?
No, it's just that one.
Just the one. Okay. Okay. So that occurred in the trunk then? That occurred in the trunk is where you stabbed him? Okay. And I know you said earlier quite a few times, but you're not sure of the exact.
7, I think.
7. And where at about? Do you remember where you stabbed him? Right in the torso?
Okay. Probably would have got a rib or two, I would think, also.
Right. Okay.
Saying, I mean, I don't know. That knife made it feel like butter. It was the strangest feeling. You know?
Oh, really?
It got horrible.
Oh,
Horrible.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So the people that out there in Airway Heights,
They knew nothing
Minnie,
about
did they see what happened outside at all?
No.
So all that happened outside,
Back behind their house.
back behind their house.
Mm-hmm.
So the initial discussion, when he first saw you, that was inside the house where he went.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, you were waiting outside for him.
Yeah, he never made it in.
Oh, so he never got in. Oh, okay, so you were waiting for him outside. Did he drive out there, walk, or how did he get there?
Yeah, somebody dropped him off.
Oh, okay, so you just kind of stood in the shadows and waited?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you were saying earlier, your intention when you first went out there wasn't to kill him.
Oh, hell no.
Okay, okay.
No.
So what was your
I was gonna
intention?
stop a robbery.
You're going to stop the robbery, and then you
And
wanted
I wanted
to talk
to
to him.
confront him. I wanted
Okay.
to beat his
Okay,
head.
gotcha.
Mhm.
So when you put the zip
And I
tie,
don't know if I can beat his maybe,
Right.
maybe not.
Right.
Right.
so when you put the zip ties on, was your intention after you got the zip ties on was to beat his ass?
No.
No. Oh.
No, yeah, we were still gonna, I was gonna let him.
Or did you put the zip ties?
Just so he wasn't hitting me while I was driving down the road.
Oh.
I
Okay.
wasn't gonna put him in the trunk.
You weren't gonna what?
I wasn't gonna put him in the trunk.
Okay.
He's gonna be riding.
So were you planning to take him somewhere else to
up
fight
to,
then?
yeah, and up at that park.
Oh.
Denver Park, whatever that.
You were gonna go out there and kick his.
Yeah, I was gonna go.
That was your
untie
intention.
him, and he's right by his house.
Gotcha. So when we looked in the trunk of the car, there was a certain item back there. Obviously, there was the body, but then there was another item back there. It was,
A concrete block.
yes, what was the deal with that?
I smashed him in the head with it.
Oh, okay. When did that, in the sequence of
Before I
events,
stabbed him.
before you stabbed him? Where'd you hit him at? Just in the head?
Okay.
Did it knock him out, or was he still awake, or?
Well, it knocked him out,
Okay.
but he was still breathing.
Oh, okay. And then you started stabbing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and I'm sorry, like I said, these facts go in my mind a million places. As he's going in the trunk, he's already zip tied because he put his hands behind his back. And then did you zip tie his feet when he's outside the trunk, or after you got him in? And then you
After I got him in.
And you zip tied his feet.
And because it was I wasn't planning on doing nothing.
Right,
He was
right.
supposed to be riding with me, and he's
Right.
doing all this stupid shit.
Gotcha.
And then he's lunging at me
Right.
with his feet.
All right.
And, kicking, and I was like, gee, I'm gonna have to get zip tied because I have them in my back pocket.
Right.
Doubled them up, and then and there you go.
Right.
And I thought about just leaving him in there,
Okay.
and then he started kicking with the zip tie, striking out.
Right.
And it just escalated.
Okay. Was the brick just already in the trunk then?
Mm-hmm.
Along with the zip tie, knife, and sock, John had duct tape ready in his car. If he simply wanted to beat some sense into Andrew, he could have done so without the need for tying him up. And this motivation certainly does not account for the torture. But just like anyone would in Andrew's position, he tried to escape, and John responded by stabbing him multiple times. If this isn't murder, then what is? Yet even after all of this, Brenda, who already was out of the interrogation room, still thought that they were in the right.
So I guess what I'm asking, Brenda, can we go in and can we have an honest conversation?
I don't know anything.
Okay, Brenda, you're not telling the truth, and I'm being completely honest with you, and I've been honest with
So
you.
am I going to be arrested because I don't know anything?
No, what I'm telling you is you need to tell me the truth about what you do know, and you do know things, and I understand the anger that is, welled up inside you. I do understand that, and I
I'm
understand.
sorry, I don't think John should be charged with anything.
Well, John, I, in what you're talking about, correct me if I'm wrong, you're talking about morally, not criminally, based on morally, right? Is that what you're saying?
ethically,
Ethically, right. Okay.
especially when there was no cops that were there when we asked for help.
Right. I know you have knowledge of what happened. I mean, I know that. And this is the problem, okay? You can technically be charged
So
with
if John
you can
and
technically
I-
be charged with a crime.
So if John and I were married, would we still be facing this? Where you'd be asking me questions?
Yes, I would still be asking you questions about what happened. Yes.
You know what? I would go to jail for anything as long as my daughter was safe.
Right.
I would.
Right.
I was like, you know what? I really don't give a shit as long as my daughter is safe.
Right.
My daughter is not being sexually trafficked by some piece of scum
Right.
that sold my daughter for $1,000. Are you kidding me?
I'm not saying I think he's a piece of too.
For $1,000 for drugs, sold my daughter to trafficking rings.
Disgusting. He's a piece
I would go to jail for that again and again and again. And I don't really give a shit. That's
I
my.
understand why John was f***ing pissed off. I completely understand it. I get it. Tell me the reasons. Tell me about his anger. Tell me so I can put this stuff down to try to help him. Tell me what happened. Did he confront him? Did Andrew say, F you? I don't give a f what I did to your daughter. Tell me what happened. Tell me what led up to this. So I can document this out to say, you know, this isn't a bad
How
man.
do you know
this
it's
is
John.
This is a man they got.
How do you know it's John?
I told you, I got notebooks full. I know it was your husband. That's not even in question.
That's just hearsay.
No,
Does anybody have evidence?
Oh, I got evidence. I've got evidence. Like I said, your husband's in custody right now, so I can guarantee you I have evidence. Otherwise, we don't arrest people if we don't have evidence. We can't do that. The reason your husband is under arrest is because I have evidence, okay? And your husband is going to be booked tonight for murder. But give me some ammunition over here to help him. What happened? Did Andrew piss him off?
I need to speak to an attorney.
Huh?
I need to speak to an attorney.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
I wish I could help you, but I love John, and I'm not going. I didn't do nothing
Okay. Well, that's
to. I didn't do nothing to bring him arrested.
okay. Well, that is entirely your right. Like I said, I haven't charged you with anything,
I just know he's a good dad.
and
He's been a good.
I
This
get
last 2 years have been hell.
I get it. He made a bad decision and he got pissed, and I
Who says it was a bad decision?
well, okay.
I'm telling you, if it was me, I would have done it.
Right. Gotcha. Okay.
And if you were the father and that happened to you and nobody else was following up on it, if your daughter was, you would have done the same thing.
Right.
Don't tell me otherwise.
Right.
Even without directly confessing, Brenda has revealed everything. As for John, the detectives already had his confession, but as the interrogation nears its end, John adds the final damning details, making the entire situation even worse and sealing their fate once and for all.
He's zip tied in hands. He won't f***ing quit being a dumbass.
Mm-hmm.
You zip tie his feet. He won't shut up.
So
So you put a sock in his mouth
Mhm.
and then tape,
Yeah.
and then he's still being a
No, and then he's throwing, lunging his
lunging.
feet at.
So that's when there's
And he
a,
almost came out.
Oh, okay.
It's like,
so there's a cinder block there.
Mhm.
You grab the cinder block and like you just throw it, or you hit him, or how many
I kind of threw it.
kind of threw it at his head,
Mm-hmm.
hits him, but he's still conscious.
Mm-hmm. Well, kind of.
Really. Not really. He's kind of out of it then.
Mm-hmm.
And then at this point, you take the knife,
Mhm.
which you just have in your pocket or
No,
coat,
right on here.
like on a
clip.
in a clip. So you take the knife, boom, and then just go to town on him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you think most of the wounds were in the abdomen?
That's where all of them.
Any in the neck or?
I don't think so.
Okay, so mostly the abdomen.
Mm-hmm. Stomach and everything.
And then at one point, he kind of starts like what you described as the death.
Flutter,
the
the death girdle. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What a horrible sound.
And then you realize this went farther than I thought.
Well, yeah, no, even, this is like, oh my.
Right.
Like I said, I just sat there.
Right.
That's why the old ladies mad because I didn't come home. I was just
Gotcha.
freaking
And get you that too. I appreciate it, John. I know this has been hard for you.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you being honest with me. I get it, and like I said, I just want to thank you for doing the right thing.
Get it.
Well, I know. I want to thank you for doing the right thing. I really do.
Yeah.
Okay?
The detectives received the needed answers, but do you believe what John and Brenda did for their daughter was justified? The law finally answered on January 16, 2025. John Eisenman was charged with first-degree murder and sentenced to 25 years in prison. On the same day, Brenda Kross was also charged with first-degree murder and received a sentence of 8.5 years in prison.